Hi, welcome to Enchanted Chatter. If you can't tell, we look a little different tonight. I'm Bree, and I am joined by the wonderful
TFM
TFM
Melissa
Melissa.
here. Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us.
All right, so we have had lots of news and things happening with Lorcana this weekend. How
It was
was your weekend?
it was busy. It was fun. So like the first weekend for me when release happened, I was in Disney, which was super fun. I've been at Disney before for set releases, but like it was extra cool because Festival of the Arts was going on, which meant that I got to double dip Winterspell release at World of Disney and get to do the Illumineers quest in Epcot, which like as an annual pass holder was just kind of
Exciting.
a lot of like awesome and exciting things all at once. But it meant I didn't get to play a lot of Lorcana on release weekend. So last weekend I played in a tournament at the TFM 3K, which I know you guys were casting over, which was exciting. It was not a good weekend for me in terms of play. I hit some poor matchups and just like it wasn't my weekend. We learned a lot. I had a good time, but like record wise, did not have a great showing. So
I'm going to blame the fact that you went to Disney. The cards were like, how dare you? And they took it out on you. That's what we're going to go with.
Sure, we'll go with that. But we had fun. So it was a good time to see everyone out there and really start to get a feel for kind of like what the meta looks like. For past sets, I feel like we've had a lot of release weekend tournaments that people get to kind of leverage information from. And this time it felt like weekend 2 was kind of that like base weekend because we had DLC Melbourne, we had the CCQ in Leicester in the UK, and then like we had a couple other events around the US. Yeah, but I'm excited.
I'm also excited. What were there any decks that were played that you were like that did decently well that you weren't surprised by or that you were surprised by?
So in the TFM 3K, and I know Dan shared a meta breakdown somewhere that I'm sure you can like pull up
You
or
find
write
it
it
on
down stream. Yeah, it was all over Facebook.
TFM
We had
everything.
there was a lot of Amber Amethyst in our room, which was also the deck that I played, which was really fun and exciting. It's a unique deck. Like it's been around. We've seen Monstro Combo, we've seen mid-range versions, but it kind of was up there. I also did a lot of testing with the Amethyst Emerald Snowfort deck, which was a lot of fun to play. And I know a friend of ours, Sisu, played that deck in the tournament as well. So you're definitely like starting to see kind of pokes of people trying new things, but across the board, I mean, Amethyst Steel won in the tournament I was at. I know Amethyst Steel won at the CCQ, which we'll get into. And then I believe we had Dogs winning in Melbourne. So like for me, nothing too surprising per se. Decks are good. Decks are fun. It's a fun time.
Still won. Who would have thought?
What's nice though is there's not just like one dominating deck. Like if you look at the breakdowns across the board, you're still seeing 3, 4, 5 decks kind of like up there in ranges.
Snowfort. I hate doing resist math. That's fair.
Resist math is hard. I understand.
It makes my brain like glitch for a minute. And I'm like, hold on.
Well, it's also really funny because we were joking when they had first revealed Snowfort that like it's an item, but you would think it's a location because like as a kid, like I mean,
yeah, you go to
growing up, like you build Snowfort and you like play in your Snowfort. So like in my brain, I always associate it as a location and not an item.
Yeah. Only math that is acceptable is girl math is 100% accurate. Yeah, so like we play it, and then it was funny because I remember I was talking to my sister-in-law this week, and she was asking me about like the 3K and decks and things that we saw. I'm like, oh, like are the is everyone pretty much running a Snowfort and this type of deck? And I was like, yeah, you should probably run Snowfort. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna play a different deck.
I was gonna say you probably got to see more decks than I did throughout the day as you guys were casting because they were probably shuffling on the tables a bit more.
Yeah. Well, and as someone that played Amethyst Amber, I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you, like, what are the hard matchups in that deck?
Dogs is a really
playing it.
No, you're good. Dogs is a really tough matchup for the deck. And the reason for that is a lot of the characters that Amethyst Amber Amethyst is playing is low strength. Like you play your 1-drops, you have your Elanwees and your Royal Guards or your Rafikis. You have your Willows, you have your Genies, you have your Elsas, and all of these things can get sucked up by an Under the Sea. And so if Dogs is able to just like establish a board, then they're able to just like clear you and then quest and just win.
And which kind of keep you
super not fun. The deck performs really well into Sapphire Amethyst or Blurple, and the deck performs pretty well into more of like a mid-rangey Amethyst steel. So the trouble, and I don't know if you were casting the games where Noah was playing on stream.
Mm-hmm. I actually did get to cast one of those, at least one of them.
And so like you probably saw the deck he was playing as Amethyst Steel was a bit more like aggro. In the sense that he had some Lilos, he had Nanis, and he was really just trying to like
he was able to get some things out quick.
Exactly. And so because his deck was a bit less control and it was more on the aggro side, he was able to just like swoop under all of the Amber Amethyst. And I believe our top cut had like 4 Amber Amethyst in it. And so he was able to just kind of like keep crawling and crawling and doing his thing.
Yeah. 4 out of the 9 people that showed up with Amber Amethyst that day made top 8.
That is correct. Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately,
insane.
I was not one of them.
But it was like then like Noah ended up just being like, yeah, like I'm completely undefeated against.
He won. He played a bunch of us, and he just like.
I was like, man, I wish the cards could be in my favor that much. Like, oh, this is like what I built my deck to go against, and
but yeah, because the deck is like. Oh, there we go. I'm back. Like the deck is intended to be able to like kind of pluck away at things and then take over, but he was able to get under us, and then like we couldn't effectively challenge back because of removal and Elsa's and just Purple Steel doing Purple Steel things.
Purple Steel doing Purple Steel things.
Yeah.
And speaking of Purple Steel doing Purple Steel things, I'm going to attempt to open this deck list for the CCQ winner, Miss Lorcana. That was
her list was very fun.
Yeah. So I was like, I felt like this one. I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to share this.
Mom, I'm home. Courtney made it back. Court, what was for dinner? Courtney, for those of you who don't know, but you all probably know, is doing Run Disney this weekend. And so she's down there because she has to pick up her bibs tomorrow morning. So she is already enjoying the Florida sun, but we miss her and we're living vicariously through all of her pictures.
I might have been paying attention enough to Courtney to figure out how to do this, and everyone should be very proud of me.
I'm so proud of you.
I have done it. Holy cow, folks.
I'm so proud of you, Brie.
We've gotten there. All right. So here we are. We have our list for the CCQ. I feel like it's a pretty standard what you're going to see.
So it's interesting because Amethyst Steel can kind of be set up in 2 ways right now. And I think when you pull up this list, we'll be able to kind of talk a little bit more about that. But we got some really cool tools in the deck this set. I figured it out.
You did it. I'm so excited. I was trying to make it actually see what was on there.
I'm so proud of you. But like, if you look at the top of the list, she added in Christopher Robin, the new underdog.
There we go.
Which, like, first of all, Christopher Robin is like everything. But he's a really cool addition because like he lets you kind of be aggressive early, where historically Amethyst Steel is playing a 1-drop that quests for 1 or like a 1-drop that fights the board and kind of doesn't do anything for a few turns. So like I think that's a really strong and powerful like aggro-esque addition into the deck.
Yeah, that one.
I forget how many
Benja back.
It's fine. Like if you're,
I think it's good as a 2 of for if you think you're going to see a lot of the Amber Amethyst to be able to deal with the lanterns and like a few things. Like it's definitely not something you want.
It has a lot of utility, right? Like there's Amber Amethyst running lanterns. There's Amethyst Emerald running snow forts. There's Emerald Amber dogs running chromacons. And so he does have utility, the question when you're always playing items is, does it do enough, and does it like take away from other matchups? Because like a 2/3 is not the best 3-drop to be playing, and might not survive to kind of sing your strength for Raging Fire.
Yeah,
I believe she was also running Polkas in there, which is a card I'm really excited
right here.
about.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to play with Polka at all yet? I know you've been
gotten to play like at all. I
didn't think so.
Yeah. So for everyone that doesn't know, I had surgery a couple weeks ago, and I am doing a lot better, but I have not had a chance to do any sort of fun things. I've been medicated in bed. So I have been, it took me entirely too long to finish a book that I had started that only had like 4 hours left. And I think it took me the whole 2 weeks just to get through the 4 hours because I kept listening to it.
Oh, but you finished
it and not remember anything.
But I'm sure in the next few weeks you'll hopefully get a chance. But Pocahontas has been a card that I've been really impressed with. She puts this like awkward spin into Amethyst where not only does like she quest and gain her lore, but you can target another exerted character when she quests to like gain their lore. So as an example, like she combos really well with that new genie, the boost genie. Because like for every card under that genie, he gains an additional lore. Yeah. So let's say that like you've boosted your genie 3 times and you finally quest it, you're gaining 4 lore. If you have a Pocahontas, Poca can quest for 1, target the genie, and gain an additional 4, aka she gains 5 lore, which is kind of cool.
It's just insane.
It is, but like even aside from that, like I played in the ICL last night with the Loungers against another team, and my opponent was playing Sapphire Emerald, and my opponent shifted Basil early in the game. So Basil becomes a 2-quester when it shifts because the Emerald Basil's quest for 2. And I was able to just like, I had 2 Pocahontases down, and my turn was just quest Pocahontas, target your Basil, gain 3 lore. Quest Pocahontas, target your Basil, gain another 3 lore. And like all of a sudden, like you think it's 2 lore, but it's 6 lore. So it kind of provides this like awkward
extra boost.
Right. And like think about if your opponent's playing like a Vincenzo. All of a sudden, like the Vincenzo that's sideways now gains you 3 lore.
Yeah.
So it kind of puts you in these positions where like you can race the more control decks and not have to fear their kind of top game.
Oh yeah. Also, Angel is for you too, since you've had a chance to play all of the cards much more than I have. Angel, over the weekend, obviously, she did very well into most of the decks that we saw her come out in. She did her thing. What are your thoughts on this Angel?
I love this card. I am so happy to see her like getting play and getting love. First of all,
excited because I love the art, and I was like,
first of all, the art is adorable.
I loved it, and then before they even released like what the card was, and I was like, oh, I just
like the art's adorable. Angel. She has an Enchanted, which is also adorable. But besides that, like she's a 3/3 inkable that's basically reads fire the cannons on a stick.
Yeah,
like I play her, I discard a card, and I banish or I deal 2 damage to any character.
Yeah.
And especially in a deck like Amethyst Steel, or I mean, a lot of the decks you can say this for, but especially Amethyst Steel, we're in a position where we often are drawing cards. So we can afford to just like give up a card to remove a threat.
Her comboed with the Demona too to make sure you get enough draw off of the Demona. It was always like, oh, it flows so perfectly. It's just like chef's kiss.
Exactly. It puts you in these positions where all of a sudden you have control where you didn't feel you previously had control because they want to remove my Cheshire Cat that I play on turn 3. And then they want to remove the Yzma that I play on turn 4. And then I follow up with an Elsa. And then I follow up with an Angel. Like, at some point, you're going to run out of answers. And the other cool thing is, like, she does have that secondary effect of when you have no cards in your hand, she gets resist 2. So all of a sudden, she's a 3/3 with resist 2, essentially, for all intents and purposes, making her a 3/5 in, like, one swing.
Yeah, she's insane.
I love it. There's so much versatility. I've been very happy to play her in some of my decks in testing so far.
I will say I'm just very upset with her because she is evading me in all of our packs we've opened. My mother-in-law also loves opening stuff, and so she came in town to help us out this week.
Yep.
And she went and bought a box, and we again did not open any of her. We've opened one of her and all the stuff that we've opened.
There was a case that I opened and sorted when I was like helping do stuff, and the case that I opened for me had 0 angels. I'm like, come on. What is happening?
It's just rude. Like, I want to play you. Can you please stop evading me?
Yeah, it does all sorts of silly things. But she has been a rock star. I am happy. I think Angel, like, as a character is adorable. And so it's really cool for me to like be able to see her in the game and like getting meta play.
So Melissa, again, this is going to be Melissa's episode, guys. I'm just here to ask her the questions. So as a competitive player, if there's people coming up, because we have, I know down in Houston this weekend is Charlie's.
Next weekend.
Next week. Yeah, next weekend.
It's one of the overlaps again. Yeah, that's why I know that.
There we go. I was like, it's the 7th. That day, that is Charlie's. And there's a few other, like there's Hunter Burton. There's a bunch of stuff going around here. There's going to be the DCI. As a competitive player, there's people looking at coming into events. Like, what do you think most people should expect to see?
So I myself have obviously been talking a lot about this because like I played in the TFM event last weekend, and then in a few days I'm playing in the Ink CCQ because it's super close to where I am. And then like a few days later I hop on a plane and fly to Ghent, and I'm playing in Ghent that felt like 2 weekends.
And then
so,
you're coming down for the DCI manifest.
Hopefully.
We're manifesting.
And so something that like I've been doing a lot of is basically like studying the meta of the other events, because it gives you a good basis of what to go off of. And like I was saying, like that first weekend, there really weren't any big tournaments. So it was just a lot of people's gut reactions of, oh, like I think this is good, or I think this deck will perform well. But now we just had the CCQ where Amethyst Steel won. And I think if we look at that meta breakdown, there was a lot of Amethyst Steel, there was a lot of Sapphire Amethyst, and there was a good representation of Dogs as well.
Dogs isn't going anywhere.
No. And then if you look at DLC Melbourne, the finals was Dogs from Molstar who won versus Jonathan Lamb, who was on like Blurple, Sapphire Amethyst. And so to me, as somebody who's going into Ink, like the first thing I'm going to do is say, okay, what decks won? How do those decks perform? And the other thing to keep in mind is like, how does anyone attending this event like just pick up a deck? Can anybody just all of a sudden pick up Dogs and perform well, or pick up Purple Steel and perform well? And like, you probably know this also, like some decks come very second nature and others are just a bit trickier, and like you have to kind of learn the play patterns and learn the lines. And so you basically have to do this like awkward like analysis that like doesn't really have a science or anything. These are the decks I think I'm going to see based on like how well they did, and this is what I think people might bring to counter those decks. And then like somewhere in between, that means that like I can play these 4 decks, and of those 4 decks, like I feel most comfortable on this one, so like I'm going to pick deck A for the weekend.
Yep. I feel like I end up doing that, and I just have to look at decks, and I think I look at it, I'm like, okay, what is this deck that I'm picking? I'm just going to see what its bad matchup is, and I'm going to try to just avoid it all day. Don't think about it. Don't look at it. Just keep it away from me.
I was talking to a friend the other day, and they were asking, they're like, what do you do when you just like pick wrong for the tournament? And like losing sucks. We all hate losing at the end of the day, but you almost have to like go into it with the mentality of like, this is just a bad matchup, and I might see that bad matchup.
Yeah.
And it's almost a question of, okay, well, let's take green blue as an example. Like I would never take green blue to a tournament. I don't like that deck.
No.
So let's just say like you came up to me and you said, hey, I want to play Emerald Sapphire in this tournament. And you came to me and you said, well, Emerald Sapphire's worst matchup is Dogs. because I run Under the Seas and I run the Prince Philip combo, and like I have a lot of ways to make it so that they can't draw more cards and refill their board. And I look at you and I say, well, Brie, dogs just won the tournament last weekend. So like, why are you going to take this deck that has a bad matchup into the deck we expect to see a lot?
Yeah.
And so like, that's fine. But on the flip side, if you came to me and said, hey, like, I'm going to take some other deck and it has a bad matchup into Ruby Amethyst. Dogs last set. I went to a set champs and I took dogs. I said, I know that Ruby Amethyst is a bad matchup. I shouldn't see a lot of Ruby Amethyst. Spoilers, I saw the only 2 Ruby Amethysts in the room, rounds 1 and 2. I won X2 on the day and bubbled out of the tournament. And like, again, we all have bad days and like, it sucked, but I also knew to myself, if I see this matchup, it's not my day. And unfortunately that happened. So like, if you can go in with that like expectation almost of, I know there's bad matchup and it might happen, then like you can sort of prepare yourself.
And like realize it's not solely just on your ability of playing the deck. Like there is like your ability of how you play the deck is a large part of how you perform, but there are some things that you just can't control, and being able to identify those things I think is a good thing for players to understand.
I talked to Steven about this a lot because like Steven and I run into each other at tournaments all the time. And like him and I have said this, that like it takes luck and skill to win the tournament. Like you have to outskill your opponents. You have to know your lines, but you also have to see the right matchups. Like when I was in Bologna, I played a ton of Amber Steel when I was dogs. And spoilers, I love that matchup.
You're right.
Like it's not a free win, but I know how to play the matchup and I know how to do it. And so like it made my run a lot easier than it could have been.
Yeah. So as a highly competitive player that does very well, how much playtesting goes into decks for you? Because I feel like it's just like constant. Like if like she's not on a live stream or actively in a tournament, she's probably playtesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of webcam games. There's a lot of in-person testing. There's a lot of like theory discussions and just like talks of just this is good or this is bad, or like, hey, like I sit at my desk a lot when I'm in meetings and I'm just like flicking cards because it's like a fidget toy for me. And sometimes like when my meetings are done, I'll just like start doing alters just because the cards are in front of me. I'm like, hey, like I'm going to pretend I'm playing against Ruby Amethyst and just like alter my cards and just like, I'm just always thinking about it.
Always. It's a constant.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to attempt again to pull up and share my screen for the DLC Melbourne. We can see like the tournament decks and we can kind of look into the dogs list, because we pulled up the purple steel. This way we can pull up the dogs list and people can kind of see that one as well. If I can figure this out again, I don't remember what button I clicked. I did it. Here we go. Loading.
We got there.
Boom, we've done it. Look at me. Courtney would be so proud. Yeah. I think on meetings, I've opened and looked at so many cards. Our office is a complete disaster. Courtney can confirm. And there's cards literally everywhere.
It's not even like the cards being there. It's just like having the discussions or just any of it. And I don't know. It's just, I'm just always thinking about it if I'm not actually sitting there playing. Oh, 100% Kirby.
Yeah.
You should have seen me last week. I was like literally sorting while I was working, like the entire day.
Yeah. Courtney, that's being modest. Our office is very scary. It's not a little scary. It's very scary. It's horrifying whenever the toddler runs in there. So we had like, since he has now discovered how to open doors, we had like 5 door locks already. And the first one went onto the office door. Like, nope. Office door, exit.
Not allowed.
I was like, office door, front door, back door, garage door. Okay, now where can this other one go?
It's like, we love you, but you can't be here.
Yeah, it's like, this is chaos. Please don't destroy my cards.
Yeah, this dogs list was fun. I looked at it the other day after the tournament ended. I didn't get to watch a lot of it since I was playing in the other event.
I feel like this is just like exactly what I would expect dogs to be right now.
It pretty much is. Like if you look at it, the new cards that they added Nani's and Willow's. Willow is fantastic. It's Sail the Azurite Sea for Amber, except it's a character. And it's every turn. So like it's different.
They really said we're going to take all these cards that people really like and we're going to put them on a body and put them in Amber.
It's uninkable, so like I get it.
Yeah, it's balanced.
But the Willow has been a really cool addition because she adds this like new factor of I just get to play more threats without inking, which is really cool. Obviously, cards like Angel eventually take her out, but hopefully she's kind of started to do her job before then.
And I believe to do.
I think the only other new card in there was Nani, if I remember correctly, who I've been pretty impressed with her in a lot of my testing recently, in the past like 2 to 3 weeks. She's a 3/3, which like is relevant because she can help challenge, she can help stay under the sea, and like in a way, and Courtney will appreciate this, like she's kind of like Ariel, but like more conditional. Like you get to look at 4 cards and you get to take one of those cards if they cost 2 or less. And so in a deck like dogs, at least 2/3 of your deck, give or take, should hit. I forget what the exact math here is. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yeah, so 2/3 of the deck Nani will hit on, conceptually. Not obviously math is different after you've altered and played cards, but like 40 out of 60 cards in your deck, she can potentially
you should be able to pull something,
which like in a way she's just providing you card draw, and so she's been really cool to kind of play with and see. And it's Nani, so like Lilo and Stitch is always cool.
One thing I love about dogs, which is why I like, because I can almost always have all the cards and multiple of them where they're pretty easy to have them. Like there's nothing in here that's crazy expensive. Like we can look at the price breakdown of them on the side right here in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
there's not super expensive if you're not like if you do max rarity, obviously you're gonna have some enchanteds in there that's gonna increase it.
Oh, you don't want me to go get my enchanted dog stack that's in the other room and show it to everyone?
just flex on everybody. All the shiny dogs.
Well, that's just because I love
it's relatively inexpensive, but it is, even though it's an inexpensive deck, I feel like it's one of the harder decks right now to pick up. It's definitely one that you're going to have a lot more practice with than more of the purple steel, but it might just be because I play more purple steel.
It reminds me a lot of like in the set 3, set 4 days when people, myself included, would say like, I don't feel comfortable playing Amber Seal Wheel because I don't know the play patterns. Like dogs can be an aggro deck, but it's not quite a
there's a method to the madness.
And like because you play a lot of things for less cost, all of your ink decisions are super important, and like any kind of one mistake can have this really large impact, where like to your point, with a deck like Amethyst Steel, you probably can kind of finagle your way out of it because you have so much card draw and you have so much kind of power in those cards. But I love dogs.
I was like, dogs, you are definitely, I think, one of the best dogs players that I know. I mean, there's one guy that comes to mind that won a Golden Mickey with it, but who cares? I don't even remember his name. But
don't know him. Just kidding.
Don't know him. But you know. You are definitely, I feel like, one of the more consistent and known as a very well dogs player.
It's a deck very close to my heart, especially with my Lady in the Tramp sweatshirt. It's going to fade away. I'm not going to try. But I'm wearing a Lady in the Tramp sweatshirt. There it is. There we go.
Oh, that's so cute.
I was like, it's going to fade away if I tilt it, so we're just going to let it be.
my dogs are manifesting with the dogs because they let them outside, and then she's barking at my window, and I was like, oh, everyone can probably hear her. She's yelling at me. But
Courtney, he can't even see chat because he's playing in the ICL. Don't worry.
Just let him. It's fine.
We'll just let it be.
Clip it.
Lovely.
But oh my gosh. All right. So then let's see, after dogs, what got second? It was the purple steel.
It was Blurple.
Blurple evasives. Let's pull up that one and we can look at that one.
Yeah, I was actually listening to something earlier where Jonathan Lamb was talking about his deck. It's a fairly stock list, I would say.
Yeah.
For what we've been seeing, I feel like Sapphire Amethyst right now has like 54 to 56 cards that everyone is playing with just like a couple of flex spots.
Yeah.
Or like you have your sales, you have your Into the Unknowns. Having Let It Go Back is really exciting. I love that card.
I'm glad that because they did all of the free, like all the prints and things of it, I'm glad that it's not going away right after they gave us all the pretty versions of it.
That is very fair.
Like, I'm not even a max rarity player, but I mean, come on, people got all those cards. Don't disappoint them.
Yeah, I think Sapphire Amethyst just has so many tools right now that if you kind of can hit the lines of like 1-drop, ramp, 4-drop, 5-drop, 6, 7, it's almost like training wheels in a way.
Yeah.
That's not to say it's super easy. Like there are certainly lines and skill involved, but the deck has smoothed itself out a lot over the past few sets and gotten some really cool tools. And like this set, the deck, was Jonathan Lamb running Tigger there? I don't think so.
No, but
Tigger was not.
DKP.
Good. Well, so DKP was running Tiggers, is what I was listening to. So like DKP ran Tiggers and Jonathan ran the Yagos. But new tools like Tigger and Sven add another kind of really cool element that kind of help your aggro matchups and allow you to kind of get to your late game.
I really like the Sven in addition too. Let's see if this one has the Tiggers.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Tiggers out there. You're seeing a lot more Tiggers than Svens because Tigger is inkable. And so it's a lot easier to warrant like a 4-3 inkable than it is a 2-3 uninkable.
Over the weekend, I felt like every time it was like, oh gosh, what happened? What did they just do? And it was always the Sven that just like came in and just wrecked it. And it was like, oh, okay, you just had that at the perfect time. Got it.
Yeah, I've been testing a lot with Sven, and he can come in and kind of clean up your genies, clean up your Elsas. He can even like just run in and take out a shifted Rhino or like the giant Sapphire Pete because he comes in and gets Challenger +3, making him hit for 5. So it's something.
It is something. All right, so
another Amethyst Steel there.
Amethyst. It feels very purple steel, purple, all the purple.
There's a lot of Amethyst going around. Amethyst is very strong.
I was like, one of these lists is gonna have it in there, so we can pull it up so people can see what the card is. If you don't know, but Rush and Challenger and Evasive.
Yeah, he kind of has it all.
Like he's just like, I'm just gonna body.
I mean, as some people would say, reindeers are better than people. I'm just quoting Christoph.
I love it. Yeah, it's like literally this one.
And then if I remember correctly, that next dogs list is kind of cool too.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we've
got some rhinos.
The one that didn't. Yeah, this one had the scrumps in it.
Yeah.
So it's
Scrump.
For as defined as we say the meta is, there is a lot of like tech choices that you can make right now and ways you can change the decks that it's not like 100% predictable when you ink Steel and play Amethyst, like what your 60 cards is. Or when I ink Emerald and play Amber, what my dogs list will look like.
Yeah, this one.
He's got the rhinos and the scrumps and probably 4 Under the Sea.
Yeah, again, you're going to have the Nani's that are the new ones.
Donald is kind of a cool addition. Jumba. I tested that quite a bunch.
Scrump. I just think it's amazing that Scrump is coming out. Just because I was like, whenever they announced Scrump was getting an item card, I was so excited, and then everyone was like, "Oh, this card is terrible," and it wasn't really anything. And I was really
it's interesting because people were playing Scrump like 3 or 4 sets ago a little bit, and then like he kind of faded, and now you're starting to see some of these more like Sea Dog versions come out that focus less on the Chromacon and more on like heavily reducing your opponent's strength. So it's a cool addition.
Yeah. Which is Ruby Amethyst. I feel like anything paired with Amethyst right now is gonna be decent. Like I don't think anything.
Amethyst just has so many tools right now that you can almost do anything you want with it.
No joke, like I enjoy Amethyst so much that I just grabbed some cards for a last minute decision to go to a Infinity event, and I end up I think playing almost a mono Amethyst deck because I was like, I just miss playing all of these cards, and then like I just grabbed a bunch of cards, and then I realized like all but I think like 4 of them were Amethyst.
I was going to say I was building decks the other day, and so I built a Amethyst Steel, a Sapphire Amethyst, and an Amber Amethyst. And I basically had 3 piles of cards and then this like 35 card stack that literally goes in all 3 decks.
My gosh.
Because you have 4 Cheshire Cats, 4 Genies, 4 Dumbos, 4 Demona, 4 of the Elsas, 4 of the Hades 5s. And like that's 4 times 6, that's 24 by itself. And I'm sure there's something else that I didn't name just now that's in the pile also. But like the cards overlap so much just to show the power of purple.
Yeah, all of the purple. Which, Courtney made a lovely slideshow, which I didn't even pull up, which had all the stuff. So I didn't have to pull up the links and figure out how to share my screen. But this is fine. This is fine. We've done this. All right. Amber Amethyst. Here we go. Here's an Amber Amethyst list.
Yeah, these lists are fun.
That's what I was like, this just looks like it would be fun to play. That's the main reason why I want to build it, because I'm like, it just looks so much fun.
It's a deck that like you can definitely bring to set champs and have a lot of fun with. There's just so many, like purple cards are just so strong. They draw you more cards. They replace themselves. You just get to keep playing the game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, here's all your good purple cards, and then here's some yellow cards that are going to help you play your purple cards faster or draw you more cards, more purple cards. And
very literally that, yes.
Oh, I love that Courtney was in the private thing and sending me messages like, hey, I fixed this for you. Here's this. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Thanks, Court.
And then there's the Amethyst Steel list with docs. I did like the TFM tech that we saw over the weekend with that John Smith's compass.
Oh, did you? Oh, was Orion on stream one of the rounds? Okay. Yeah, that's a fun deck.
I was like, the compass, I can definitely see why it's in there. It definitely did what it was supposed to do a couple of times.
Yeah, I did this like pack rush thing last week, and my opponent drew the compass and was able to gain a lot of advantage from it because all of a sudden, like, he's just drawing cards and playing 2 things when I'm playing 1 thing.
I have a new desk thing for my bed.
Yes,
for me working.
I remember you saying that.
And there's lights underneath it, and I just realized that their lights were blue. I was like, why do I look weird? It's because I have blue
the LED colors. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know why this looks so weird. But yeah, Amber Steel. I do say that looks fun. And then there's Courtney, she realized she was reading the card completely wrong. Oh,
that's hysterical.
There we go.
Whoops.
Okay. There we go.
At least you learned.
Yeah, I think that was the compass that she was talking about. Or it was one of the Pocahontas something. It was something where it was like it cost. It was the compass, I think, where it was the cost less than this much or Pocahontas. But
or
she was
Pocahontas.
And Pocahontas. Which I did the first time I read it on stream.
Yes, because you could have been drawing extra cards because it's an or condition, not an and.
If I can pull up the card, people can actually see what we're talking about. Oh gosh, maybe not. We're prepared, guys. We love this.
We're winning it. We can do this.
Dreamborn ink. Courtney is typically our. There we go.
Courtney's the tech expert.
Tech savvy. I'm the sit in front of the computer and smile. Here we go.
I know she texted me like 2 weeks ago and she goes, I'm going to be in Disney. Can you co-host? And I was like, sure. I was like, I can help. I like my friends.
I feel like you are Enchanted Chatter at this point. I feel like you're in on it just as much as we are. It's like, Melissa, we are Enchanted Chatter with Melissa, and we're all here.
We love Enchanted Chatter.
There we go. Screen. Yeah. Do the thing. There we go. Share. I think I've done it. I just have to click.
I don't see it yet.
There. Ha! More buttons to click. All right, yeah.
At the end of your turn, if a character of yours challenged this turn, banish this item. At the end of your turn, if none of your characters challenge this turn, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character with cost 3 or less, or named Pocahontas, you may put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. So Courtney must have read it as an and.
As cost 3 or less and named Pocahontas. Which is what I read the first time when we were on the stream too. And at the same time I went, oh no, that says or.
Yeah, it's especially good or like sneaky good, I think, in probably a sealed or a draft format.
Oh yeah.
Because there's not a lot of card draw in limited. And so this is basically a way to try and get that.
I did the exact same thing. Well, we were on stream. It was literally over the weekend while we were casting. I was like,
yeah,
cost or less and name Pocahontas. And you think, I was like, what to say? I don't think that's very good. And then it clicked in my brain, like, that didn't say and, that said or. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. Reread that. Recompute.
You're like, wait, pause.
Like, oh, no. Oh, wait. TFM was correct. These people that study cards all the time actually read the card. That's crazy.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think Orion had played it in there sealed. And he's like, wait, this card is good. And then built the Amber Steel deck. And I know Kylie was testing it a bunch too and was having fun with it.
It definitely was like, whenever it did the things, it looked very good. Whenever it was like, oh, everything's going as planned. It's all coasting. We're checking the boxes. It's going great.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. But it was very funny. But we are ready. Okay, so we have lots of events coming up. This weekend is Ink.
Yes, there's the Ink CCQ this weekend. I believe I read something that it was supposed to be a 5K and now it's a 6K maybe. I would have to check social media, so please don't hold me to that chat.
We're gonna hold members to it that Melissa said it's a 6K, so now you have to increase it.
So I'm pretty sure it might even be higher than that, but it got raised, which was cool. And then the weekend after that, there's a couple things. There's Ghent, obviously, going on. There's Charlie's in Houston, and I believe it's the first time in Houston for Lorcana. So
yeah, first time in Houston for Charlie's.
And then I think somewhat local to the East Coast, Safari Zone is also doing their like Build a K event on the smaller side. But like if you're not traveling, it's another event going on.
Oh, yeah. And then the weekend after that is the Hunter Burton, I know, is happening in DFW.
Ooh. Are you guys playing?
We will be playing.
Nice.
We are signed up. We have been signed up for months. Yes, it is Hunter Burton. So pretty much anything to do with Hunter Burton.
I was going to say, I knew that you guys were usually
playing
there.
Riftbound even, I think something that weekend. Like we're doing it as much as we can to support the cause. It's a great one. And then the weekend after that, I believe, is the DCI.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. Kirby might kill me. But
do we have a flyer to share to spread the love for Kirby?
We do have a flyer. It is on our socials. I don't have it prepped, but
Kirby plug. I'm kidding.
Oh gosh, what is happening? Why is it doing this?
Because Courtney did something for us.
Also, I thought I did something. I moved the mouse and it started.
It disappeared, but it was there. I saw it.
Okay, I was like, because it started pulling up tabs on my stuff too, and I was on my computer, and I was like, "What is happening? Why is everything opening and closing?"
Behind the scenes. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. All right, yeah. DCI is we'll have the raffle again. It's going to be a 12-pack of name brand Diet Coke. Do not bring her the off-brand; you will be sent away. And then there's going to be Enchanteds. They will have their alt art that they create to be announced soon.
Very exciting.
And then it should be core constructed, best of 3, 8 rounds of Swift, depending on number of players. But I should pull it up and see how many people are signed up for. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone. It's easier. There already. Just have to open up the tab.
So if you're local to DFW, check out Diet Coke Invitational. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, or even if you're not, just come on, like Melissa. She's going to be here. We're manifesting. She's coming down, and it's going to be great, guys. We're going to have so much fun. And we're going to kill it.
You guys always run a great show. It's always fun. I've watched the last 2 that happened because you were casting.
Yeah. So. Last time
it was entertaining.
Yeah. Last time Liam was down. And that was like the first time I'd ever casted for something. And I was like sitting there and I was just talking to Liam. And then all of a sudden they just brought someone out. And I was like, oh, cool. Like Liam's going to interview someone. And they were like, no, but you're going to interview him. And then like, everyone left. And I was like, oh.
That's awesome.
Luckily, it was my friend Steven. So I was just like, what's up, Steven? Like, how's it going, bud?
Yeah, it's a really exciting time for Lorcana. Like obviously it's a new set, new meta. And then like it's gonna roll right into set champs, which I think are in April. If I remember,
feel like it's correctly. Like so much happening. We did start early today. Sorry, Marianne.
Marianne, an hour ahead of you guys.
She's an hour ahead, so we started early so that we don't take up her entire evening again. Yeah, Courtney is at Disney, so me and Melissa are here, and
we're running the show.
We had a hot mess of a show of me trying to figure out how to pull things up and show things that I didn't
have to
because Courtney already created all the stuff for me, and I just had to click the right buttons to find it, which I didn't do.
You figured it out. We got there.
Listen, the stuff still got shown. It just wasn't as pretty, and Courtney worked really hard for no reason.
Court's gonna kill us in the morning. Can confirm.
Yeah, she's gonna come. Not first only did you get in trouble today, and she yelled at me because I got in trouble at the doctor, and then she's gonna yell at me about this. She's like, "Listen," she's like, "You might be team mom, but I'm the real mom, and you're not doing well."
Yes, but mom can't yell at us until she gets her virtual queue in the morning, or I'm gonna yell at her.
Good. Also, I won't be awake, so she can yell at me all she wants that early. I'm not going to be awake.
That's true.
I'll see it later. I'll see it in a few hours. Have fun at your 3 a.m.
Court probably has to wake up at 8:30 for her virtual queue, if I had to guess correctly.
Ugh. She was up at 3 a.m.
Very important. No. Yeah, she needs her princess shoes because they have the Rapunzel shoes and they're adorable.
They are so cute. I love how the laces look like they're braided.
I really like the braiding on and like the little flowers. For those of you who don't know, Brooks does a collaboration with Run Disney. And for the last now 3 Run Disney events, they've been doing like themed shoes based on the events. So like when I did Wine and Dine in October, we had shoes that like on the back of them have like the Epcot ball because it was all around Epcot. And then like for Marathon weekend, they had a pair that had the castle on them. And now they're putting out 3 different pairs for Princess weekend of Moana, Belle, and Rapunzel.
Yeah. They went insane. They went way too hard on the Rapunzel ones. They're so cute.
Love them. They're so cute. Pascal's on them.
they're such good quality too. Like I don't have any. Courtney has them, so I tried on hers.
Yeah, I bought
like,
shoes for
look at
Court
hers.
when I was down there, and now it's Court's turn.
Yep. And so I was like, ooh, these are cute. But DCI has lots of spots open still, and then
Lots of enchanted cards to
lots
be
of
won.
enchanted, lots of things to win for that one. It's
Yeah, I hung
insane.
out with Jonathan in line and on release weekend, and I know that Jonathan got a mat that's being raffled off.
Oh yeah, they've got all kinds of things. And lots of stores donated stuff last time, so we're hoping we can get some of the sponsors back again from last time. A few of our LGSs, and then all kinds of product and stuff that they have, and just swag. And then I'm already going to be collecting because I'm going to Atlanta after the DCI for another card game. And because we could afford 2 cardboard hobbies. This is great. But we're going to Atlanta, and so I was like going to go to the Coke Museum, and I'm like, oh, I can get something Diet Coke swag for the DCI raffles. Get some cool Diet Coke stuff, and then obviously I'll have to get stuff for Kirby and Courtney because if I don't,
yes, because we'll get to go to the factory or the museum.
Yeah, and if I don't bring them back official Diet Coke things, they might murder me.
I mean, Kirby was at the Coca-Cola store today. I saw pics.
I know. I was like seeing the bottle. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Like, I like it up there on the rooftop. It's a fun place to be.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us, Melissa, for our hot mess of the day. Hot mess with Bree.
Always happy to hang out with you guys. It's always a fun time.
All right. I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but plug yourself and then all your socials. Where can we find you?
Instagram and what is that thing called? X, not X. Twitter. It's X. Twitter. As TFM Melissa. Forbidden Mountains everywhere. So if you can't find me, just ask for your Courtney.
So I was like, I'm pretty sure if you look up Disney Lorcana, Melissa's one of the first ones, or at least TFM. Something's gonna pop. Something TFM will pop up.
Will show up.
Melissa.
But no, I'm always happy to hang out and get some time with you guys.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll probably see you again in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You'll be back on.
Always. It's always a pleasure.
Most featured guest.
Working on it.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Bye, friends.